Today, this is a recorded video on my discussion on formation of the latent image. The image forming X-rays exiting the patient and incident on the radiographic intensifying screen film deposit visible light and energy in the emotion primarily by interaction with atoms of the silver halide crystal. An invisible image is present. However, with proper chemical processing, the latent image becomes a visible one. First off, what is a halide crystal? Silver halide crystal, the silver, bromine, and iodine atoms are fixed in the crystal lattice in ion form. When a silver halide crystal is formed, each silver atom releases an outer shell electron which becomes attached to a halide atom, either bromine or iodine. The silver halide crystal is not as rigid as some crystals as we know, such as diamonds and other gems. Under certain conditions, atoms and electrons are free to migrate within the silver halide crystal. This is an illustration on how it looks. On the first figure, silver halide crystal lattice contains ions. Electrons from silver atoms have been loaded to bromide and iodine atoms. The next figure shows us the model of a silver halide crystal emphasizing the sensitivity center of the concentration of negative ions. Back on the formation of latent image. The interaction between photons and silver halide crystals is fairly well understood, as is the processing of the latent image into the visible one. However, the formation of the latent image, sometimes called the photographic effect, is not well understood and continues to be subject of considerable researches across the globe. When light photons from the radiographic intensifying screen interacts with the film, it is the interaction with the silver and halide atoms, such as silver, bromide, and iodine, that forms the latent image. So this one shows us the production of latent image, basically the steps to a conversion of a latent image into a visible one. The first step is the light photon interaction, which it releases electrons. As shown on figure A, that's where the electrons are produced and um, basically light photon produces the electrons. The next one is B. These electrons migrate to the sensitivity center. And the next one, at the sensitivity center, atomic silver is formed by attraction of an interstitial silver ion. And then this process is repeated many times, resulting to the buildup of silver ion, which is shown here. Silver atoms, the black portion, the black dot, and eventually turns into the buildup of the silver atoms is converted during the process. The remaining silver halide is converted to silver during processing, and the silver grain results to this, the last step of formation. Crystals with silver deposited at the sensitivity center are developed into black grains. Crystals that have not been irradiated remain crystalline and inactive. The unobservable information contained in radiation activated and inactivated silver halide crystal constitutes the latent image. Latent image on film. The use of film to detect X-rays and to image anatomical structures is inefficient. Most radiographs are made with film in contact with the radiographic intensifying screen because of the use of the film alone requires a high patient radiation dose, which may be unhealthy for the patient, in my understanding. A radiographic intensifying screen is a device that converts the energy of the X-ray beam into visible light. This visible light then interacts with the radiographic film, forming the latent image. So that's the end of our topic, and I hope you got something from it. Thank you.